Good afternoon, guys. As you can see, my cat's kind of in the way. Excuse me. Come on. Over here. Sit here. Everybody wants to talk to you. All right. She'll probably sit here for the most part. All right. Well, good afternoon, guys. Let me just get set up on my end. You going away? Okay. Bye-bye. And hopefully you guys are having a good day so far today. Let me know if that camera setup's okay for us. I think it is. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's a weird angle, isn't it? Okay. Alright, kind of a goofy angle, but I think it works. Aaron, Cindy, Gina, welcome, guys. Looks like we got a couple other people in here, but of course I can't see it. That's okay. I'm going to answer some of the questions that we got on the comments. Basically, a lot of super common things are coming through, but I'll also answer anything that you guys have live. So if you want to pop something up on there, if you've got something that you have a question about, let me know. I've got my computer. I can see it, so I will answer anything you got. Aaron, how you doing? The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day out there. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start answering some of the common questions. And the one that I'm hearing the most from, and I'm hearing this from all over the place, is I can't stop eating or snacking out of boredom. And this is going to be a tough one. It's going to depend on a lot of different factors as to why, for you, for each of you, you're having a hard time with this one, and I could totally understand why. I myself have been battling this as well, and there's been a couple things that have helped me over time, not just in these last few days, but over time as well. But let's go ahead and address this at its core, right? You can't stop eating or snacking out of boredom. So you're sitting there bored or just kind of hanging out. Oh, I've been in my house for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days straight. I'm just going to eat, right? Okay, so there's a couple things that we can do right off the bat that this tells you. One, this tells you food is super readily available for you. Snacking is readily available. So address to yourself, why are snacks readily available to me right now? Could be a lot of different reasons. It could be you got the kids in the house, so you have the snacks in the kitchen. It could be that you've got you stocked up on a ton of stuff and it's overflowing into the living room, or it's overflowing into the dining room. So ask yourself, okay, first off, why are snacks readily available? And if that is easy to answer, such as because they're out, put them away, right? So put them in a spot that's hard to get to. Put them in the basement. Put them in a locked cupboard. Put them in the kids' rooms if the kids are old enough to be able to control themselves. But get them out of sight so that you're not just walking into the kitchen absentmindedly and having food easy to grab. Like, oh, well, there we go. Boom. So think of that first of all. And then secondly, the most important thing you can do is keep yourself busy. And I know that's easier said than done right now. But if you ever notice whenever you get into a flow, whenever you're doing something, say it's work, say it's a hobby or learning a new skill, if you ever notice, typically you're not snacking during that time, you're not eating because you're not thinking about food. You're keeping yourself occupied, your mind occupied, your hands busy. And then sometimes you might skip a meal and go, oh my goodness, I didn't eat because I was doing stuff. So the best thing I can say is to keep yourself busy. And I know that's going to be tough right now, but what can you do? For instance, last night, so I've been learning to play the ukulele for about a year now, 2 years now. Last night when I got the hunger pangs, I was like, you know what? It's hard to eat and play the ukulele at the same time. I'm going to go practice. So I practiced for about 30 minutes. The feelings passed. I kept myself busy, and I didn't end up snacking. So I said, hey, there we go. Another thing you can do is you can play some board games. If you have video games, play some video games, whatever. Do anything that's not just sitting there and thinking, wallowing in your boredom. Like, get yourself busy, get outside. Right now is a perfect time to get outside. I know that's kind of a long way to say keep yourself busy, but that's probably the easiest method here to stay out of snacking out of boredom. Yeah. So Gina said cleaning your closets. That's going to definitely do it. Clean your house. We bought paint so that we can paint our my gym and our attic. That's going to be another good way. Do stuff around the house, you know. But anyway, okay, so I'll move on to the next question. Well, first of all, can't stop eating or snacking out of boredom. One, make snacks hard to get to. Make it to where you have to make the choice to grab the snacks. And two, keep yourself busy as much as possible, especially during this time. Okay. Second question, I've been skipping meals and mostly snacking. This is another one I've been getting a lot of people emailing me and stuff. So if you're skipping meals and you're finding you're just mostly snacking, make meals a priority. Okay. So build into your routine your meals. So you got to take back some control here. I know there's not a lot of control going on. It's kind of just like, shit, let's go. Take back some control. Say, okay, I'm going to plan my breakfast between 9 and 10 a.m. or between 8 and 9 a.m. I'm going to plan my lunch between 12 and 1, and I'm going to plan my dinner at 6 o'clock. I'm going to start cooking. If you do that, you have those scheduled times. You might have to remind yourself, but you're going to say, okay, 8 to 9 o'clock, oh, I got to make breakfast. That might stave off some hunger, might stave off some boredom. When you get bored, you might not be thinking instantly, let me get food. You might think, okay, instead let me do this or do that. Let me practice that skill. Let me work on this part of the house. So build in your routine to create a little bit of control in that way. So those are the first two questions. Can't stop eating, snacking out of boredom. Been skipping meals, mostly snacking. The third question I got, snacking late at night. And I think this one was from you, Joe. I think you're in here. Snacking late at night between, I believe, 7 to 10 was the specific time. If you know that's the issue, first address why, right? So is it because you're just sitting there, I don't know if you got kids, but if you're sitting there with the kids, or if you're sitting there by yourself, or if you're just watching TV, address that situation first. Okay, so well, I'm sitting down watching the TV every night from 7 to 10 because I've been doing stuff the rest of the day. Okay, so in that time, what can you do instead? Can you make a cup of tea, like a cup of herbal tea that doesn't have caffeine, and just kind of sip on that to keep your hands busy? Can you remove yourself from the situation? Say, okay, I know I'm hungry right now. 7 o'clock, it's still light out. I'm going to go take a walk, or I'm going to go outside for a little bit, especially on a day like today when it's nice out. Remove yourself from the situation so where you don't have to make those choices. And then also do the other two things that I mentioned before. Make snacks hard to get to, and keep yourself busy. Joe, I know you're a chef, so you like to cook. If you're cooking at home right now, take extra time to cook on a Wednesday night at 6:30. Take your time, make a good full meal. That takes a long time. Something like that. That's what I did last night as well before I played my ukulele. If that doesn't help, let me know. Put that in there, and I'm gonna scroll through these here in a second once I answer these last questions. And that's okay if it doesn't help, because there's gonna be a lot of play here. And then the last big question I got was some good snack options. So people were asking, hey, what are some healthy snacks? A couple things I stocked up on that would be really good. I got carrots and hummus. Carrots and hummus is a great snack. Gets a lot of fiber from the carrots, and there's that crunch factor. It keeps your hands busy because you can't get that much hummus on each carrot. I know you can if you really try, but don't try super hard to do that. So carrots and hummus. Celery boats, so like a piece of celery, cut it up into a couple pieces, throw a little bit of peanut butter on there, maybe a raisin or 4 or 12, and smash those celery boats. Those are delicious. You can also do that with hummus. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. They're pretty simple to get the little containers, or just pop some in a little cup. Greek yogurt and cottage cheese are fantastic snack options. Have a little protein shake, just protein powder, water, shake that shake up. I almost said something else. Shake that shake up, and you got yourself a nice protein shake. 120 calories typically, 20 to 30 grams of protein. Sweet. The last one, coffee or tea. Depends on what time of day it is. If it's before, say, 2 o'clock, have some coffee, have a cup of tea that's caffeinated. If it's after, have a cup of herbal tea. That act of like having something in your hand, that hand-to-mouth movement is huge, right? So if it's late at night and you're maybe going to be getting ready for bed soon, have some sleepy time tea, have a chamomile tea. That act of just having something in your hand, you'll find is super beneficial to keep yourself away from snacks. For instance, right now I made myself a cappuccino because I have an espresso machine. Cappuccino is a perfect way to kind of stave off some hunger. It's got like 2 ounces of milk. It's not like anything. Okay, so those are the main ones I got. Let me take a look through here now. If you guys have anything else, please pop it in here and I'll help you out. So I'm just going to start at the top and make my way down. Snacks last longer than fresh food. I think that's a statement, or is that a question? Or are you saying, maybe that's, you were saying why, Gina? Maybe that you were saying why you're eating snacks, or having a lot of them. They do last longer than fresh food, sometimes. Absent-minded eating story of my life. Okay. Let's see. Jess Pliska. I know this isn't nutrition, but what weight should my 12-year-old son be using for strength and conditioning? We always wonder what is appropriate. That's actually a pretty good question. So, what's appropriate for a 12-year-old is most likely, something lower than like 25 pounds. It really, honestly, they can, whatever they can handle is okay, as long as they're not, crushing themselves. Whatever they can handle is just fine. When you're at that age, they're going to be able to adapt to the situation. So as a 12-year-old, as long as you're not crushing them with 100-pound weights, and saying, no, do it, crush yourself and getting injured, as long as you're not doing that, you're okay. Christy Palmieri, like a cocktail. You can do some cocktails every once in a while. That's okay. Glass of wine, as long as you stretch it and you're not having like a bottle of wine, completely fine. Lori, inflammatory foods, is that a thing? What should we avoid and what foods can help decrease bloat? That is a more of a one-on-one type question, Lori. I'll address that individually with you. I'll address that individually with you. We'll chat that out. All right, I'm going to hang out here for just a couple more minutes and see if anything else pops up. In the meantime, Cindy says, "Yay!" I think you're saying "yay" to the cocktails or the glass of wine. Would be my guess. I realize I'm on a huge delay, and I realize that I look like an old man when I'm looking at my computer. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, good. Oh, yes, good. You got to be able to laugh at yourself, right, folks? Jenna's been working the last couple nights, so I have been by myself for 2 days straight, completely by myself. My only contact has been with all of you guys, so this has been pretty strange. Mary Beth can. Okay, so if you guys want to learn about the inflammatory foods, that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to actually look into more. And I'll kind of ask you guys specifically what you mean by that, because inflammatory foods is kind of like a what do you call that? It's a popular thing right now, whether or not it actually has any validity. Wine and cheese is a good snack. I mean, it can be. Depends on how much wine and cheese you're having. A small glass of wine and an ounce or two of cheese, that's completely fine. It's like 300 calories. Gina says, drink water when you want a snack. That is big. Water, just like coffee or tea, keeps the hands active, gives you something to do. Aaron McPhail says, a protein smoothie popsicle. I don't know what that is, and it sounds awesome. If you could throw in like a quick "what do you mean" or recipe, but for that, that'd be sweet, Aaron. I would love to see that, because that's definitely something that kids would like, I think. Actually, I've never heard of that before. All right, guys. So I think that'll be it for today. If you guys do have questions, please throw them on the comments here. I'll either address them over text or I'll address them with my next Q&A. So either way, they will get addressed. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.